Malacanang on Tuesday says the Philippine Constabulary may be revived to fight the Duterte administration's war on drugs. This comes after President Rodrigo Duterte ordered the Philippine National Police to stop its war on drugs, following the implication of several cops in the kidnapping and murder case of a Korean businessman. Presidential spokesperson Ernesto Abella says Duterte raised it as an option for a more effective war on drugs. Under the proposal, the PNP won't be abolished but would be in charge of localized operations. The revived PC would take charge of the war on drugs on the national level. Abella adds the revived PC will be composed of military personnel because Duterte feels they're more trustworthy than the police.
The PNP, the way they're being under civilian, it's more of a civilian situation, that they are more exposed and they have interface with the everyday world, while the military is not. So he is in fact saying that the PNP would be more prone to being corrupted than those who are in the military.
The PC was a law enforcement arm known for its human rights abuses during the Marcos dictatorship. It was disbanded after Marcos was overthrown and was replaced by the PNP. A South Korean tourist returns to the Philippines and files charges against Angeles City Police. The cops who arrested the Korean and two other companions without warrant allegedly extorted 300,000 pesos from the foreigners. It was only Lee Ki-hun who came back to the Philippines to file charges. The Koreans were supposedly arrested last December 30 for conducting illegal online gambling operations. They returned to Korea without filing a complaint because they were scared of the police. The three later informed the Korean embassy, which then relayed the complaint to Philippine authorities. Two witnesses, a Korean and a Filipina, also gave statements to the police. The Filipina says she was among those arrested and detained for 7 hours before being let go. The Philippine National Police is currently embroiled in a scandal where cops kidnapped and killed a South Korean businessman. Did Communications Secretary Martin Andanar misquote President Rodrigo Duterte in his newspaper column? Andanar claims in his Philippine Daily Inquirer column that Duterte said the lyrics of the love song Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered to express his admiration for Miss Universe 2016 contestants. Malacanang's official transcript of the president's speech showed Duterte said no such thing. The words bewitched, bothered, and bewildered can be found in another Inquirer article written by the paper's palace reporter to describe Duterte's behavior during the courtesy call, but the article didn't attribute the quote to Duterte. Andanar insists he didn't read the article before writing his column. He also denies identifying the lyrics as a direct quote from the president.
It was a play with words kasi sinabi ni Presidente. I was actually in the United States actually. That happened, I think. So sinabi ni Presidente that the first time he was in a room full of beautiful people. So what happened in my mind there is the song that was sung by Ella Fitzgerald, Bewitched, and so it was just a play with words.
Andanar put the lyrics in quotation marks, which in news writing means the line was a direct quote. The Philippine military reports a series of encounters with the Communist New People's Army in at least 7 areas since Sunday, prompting questions about the status of the 5-month-old ceasefire between the government and the NPA. The military says at least 2 soldiers were killed, 1 was abducted, and 3 were wounded in separate incidents in Luzon and Mindanao. Eastern Mindanao Command Chief Ray Guerrero ordered units to be on alert but reminded troops the ceasefire remains in place. Government negotiator Hernani Braganza says the government is verifying the incidents with the National Democratic Front. The 5-month-old ceasefire was first broken in North Cotabato while peace talks were ongoing in Rome on January 25. Chief Government Negotiator Jess Doresa slams the NDF for not being able to control its forces on the ground, but he insists the Duterte administration remains committed to the peace talks. South Korea's defense chief and his new United States counterpart vowed to deploy a U.S. anti-missile system this year despite protests from China. Last year, the two allies announced plans to deploy the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System, or THAAD, following a series of atomic and missile tests by North Korea. U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis and his South Korean counterpart Han Min-koo reaffirmed the plan days before Mattis' visit to Asia. U.S. President Donald Trump's approach to the region has raised worries in Seoul and Tokyo. During his campaign, he threatened to withdraw American forces from the two countries if they didn't step up their financial support for their defense.